about
Okay,
Cynthia
Colorful.
Rigo.
Yeah, so I was listening to the song and I'm listening to Cynthia Erivo singing "I'm Here" and like listening to the lyrics like "I don't need you to love
Mm-hmm.
me," and then thinking back to the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he's like, "You're black, you're a woman, you're ugly." I think he says that. Pretty sure he says
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't think we're grasping the ugliness of the character of Celie
Mm.
because Celie is played by three beautiful. Did Danielle Brooks play Celie?
Danielle Brooks, no, she played so
Sophia.
Miss Sophia, yeah.
Okay, so Celie is played by Whoopi Goldberg,
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia Erivo, and
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia.
Mm-hmm.
She's played by. Granted, people call Whoopi Goldberg ugly,
Right.
and I'm sure Cynthia Erivo and Fantasia have been called ugly because they're dark skinned women and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But in perspective, and when we thinking about like, if you're like super black, super pro black, love black women, you know that these three women are beautiful.
Of course.
And I don't think we're grasping who Celie is in that movie or that
Hmm.
play or musical because she's black, ugly, and I also would like I'm treading lightly on this because I'm coming from my light skin
Right, 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 right.
viewpoint. But I was seeing this lady in Kroger, not Kroger, Walmart, and she's overweight, she's dark skinned, uh like she was just looked undone. She looked like this what stereotypes of ugly is. Like
Yeah.
she's a heavy woman, all the things.
Right.
And I'm like, that's who they talking about with Celie. Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
talking
Mm-hmm.
about like
Mm-hmm.
somebody who literally can be characterized as ugly and play the movie and play the part. They're
Right,
talking
right.
about the forgotten woman who Celie is
Mm-hmm.
literally abused in that movie because she's
Right.
not her sister who was
Mm-hmm.
pretty. She's being abused in this movie because she's literally ugly. So it's like thinking about the ugliest woman you might know. That's
Yeah.
who Celie is.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Like an
thinking about
archetype.
yeah, thinking about the
Mm-hmm.
triumph of
Mm-hmm.
what that movie like when she's in the movie when she's like and
Mm-hmm.
she now has money, she now has social collateral because
Yeah.
because women their looks were the social collateral and she had none, so she didn't get, so she gets beat because she doesn't have social like
Right.
collateral of beauty, and now she has money and now she can like be a productive, she can be a functioning member of society because she now has something to give, so
Yep.
now like she's a person,
Yeah.
so like that triumph of now I'm something, I'm
Mm-hmm.
here, I don't need you to love me. I don't need like there was another part of the song that I'm just like we're not grasping the ugliness
Uh,
of
uh-uh.
this
Yeah.
character. Like
Yeah.
and that just made my heart hurt so bad. Like I was just like cuz
Yeah,
I
I ain't
was
gonna
like
lie. Hearing you say it make me teary eyed because that's because I get that so much. Yeah.
cuz I'm
Hmm.
seeing this black woman who is in um Walmart who's probably looked over all the time because
Hmm.
she is ugly.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I'm also like thinking about I'm trying to look up the lyrics, but I'm also thinking about um this trend that was happening recently about um on TikTok. It was like these black women, stereotypical black women, overweight, talking about how they're ugly and looked over and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, y'all really don't understand how when you are not the beauty standard, you are invisible.
Yeah.
And they are
Yeah.
not joking when they say they don't
Hmm.
have the same
Hmm.
um um what is it, prospects in
Oh
dating,
yeah. Yeah.
jobs because they're
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah.
um
And
yeah.
mine is dating. Dating is the pinnacle of where this conversation typically
Hmm.
lands. But you're so right about, I didn't even actually start to recognize it for real until I got older. I was always a person who was like inclined to what they call the underdog. And so people who were typically invisible, I always felt the calling and compelling
Hmm.
to those sorts of people. So, and so I guess I grasped it almost inadvertently, but I didn't really start to really grasp how bad it is, how invisibilized just generally, like if you're phenotypically ugly or just stereotypically ugly, how much you just literally are not seen. And going back to your point about Celie, she was worthy of abuse, quote unquote, for audio
Mm-hmm.
listeners, because when you're ugly, you're worthless. You have no value. You are meaningless. And obviously that varies person to person. I'm not saying that people will literally abuse you because you're ugly. What I'm saying is, by the standard and by the definition of how we view and engage with ugly people, phenotypically ugly people, because they're so invisibilized and almost kind of non-existent, you don't even feel your abuse to them oftentimes, or your invisibilization of them, if that, and they just become this fixture. A good example of that, man, a good example of that is how, men don't talk to people that they don't find attractive.
Yeah.
They literally will not talk to you. Like, if you're not a romantic interest to a man, he will not speak to you, which is why I be telling girls all the time when they be like, "Oh, I don't know if he interested." If he spoke, if he spoke, because boys don't have a lot of words. Okay, not today, not today. But yeah, So anyway, all that to say, yeah, it didn't hit me fully until I got older and more educated, just how invisibilized people are. And wait, one last thing. Sorry. Oh, oof. I will decide if I leave this in. But when I was in Japan with my friends, of the group, we were out. Long story short, we were out, and basically, like, it was some guys, because that's, you go out as guys, it's always guys,
Right.
and everybody got picked except for me.
Oh,
And
why?
no, I know, but that's why I
Oh,
said we should go.
what was your difference of them?
My assessment, right? My assessment of why.
Yeah.
I don't, first of all, I just don't do well in clubs. That's just not the environment where I get picked, like,
Yeah.
ever. And people be so
Right.
shocked when I said, but I really mean that. Some of
I'm
it,
an
I think, is
academic
just
girl.
height and what.
I said I'm an academic girl. Take me to the library, please.
But please, here I go. E squared plus, look at that. I just don't thrive in those places. But anyway, but I promise you, and again, if my friends listen to this, because I know they listen to my podcast, it's not. Oh Lord, that's another thing. I don't even like talking about it, because it's
Yeah.
not that deep. I'm not saying it out of sadness. I'm saying it because I'm a nerd and I like assessing. I
Right.
really, really do, and I have a whole theory on why me, and also just generally, I love beauty hierarchy. I think it's horrible, but
Yeah.
I'm saying I love mastering it. And anyway, so other to say, I think while it was happening, I even felt the, and this happens to me all the time, so I'm not unaccustomed to it, but I even the like the interpersonal things that are happening in that moment, whether it be between your friends and then the boys, and like, it is a jungle out here in the world of beauty, and not, you know what I mean, and looks and aesthetic. I'll
Mhm.
stop there, but any thoughts there before I go into a whole
Yeah.
tangent about it? Yeah.
Two thoughts. One, speaking about beauty, you were talking about how if men are not interested, and also just thinking about the same dynamics of when you lose weight and how you're invisible when you're big. And now it's like, oh, I can see you now. Been here,
Girl,
been here, been
girl,
here.
girl, girl.
But
Yes,
when I
yes.
was in the Virgin Islands, I noticed this couple, stereotypical,
Mhm,
phenotypical,
mhm.
beautiful couple. He was black. She was, what's the word? Racially ambiguous. Oh, she
Ambiguous.
did look like Latin. She looked Caribbean, Latin, something like that.
Ambiguous. No, I'm just
Ambiguous.
playing.
But beautiful, like
Of course,
noticeably
yeah.
beautiful couple,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
I um well, first of all, two things happened to me in a span of 20 minutes. I was on the elevator with a group of white men, two young white men, older white man, American. I knew they were American. Rush off the elevator before me. I was like, oh my god, is chivalry dead? My mom was like, it was white men, Morgan. I was like, you're right. So then I go into the coffee shop, get my coffee, and this man literally is walking through me like I'm invisible.
mhm,
I'm like,
mhm.
I have never been treated like that before, which I know that beauty standards and things are different
Yeah,
in different
different
areas, but I'm
places,
like,
yeah.
I've
Mhm,
never, but it was given like LA beauty, you know?
mm.
I've
Oh,
also
yeah, oh, yeah,
went,
yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
so I'm like, I can imagine what I'd be treated like in LA because
Yes. Oh God, yes.
I'm
Oh,
not LA pretty, right? But I was just like, oh wow, take me back to the South, please, because
yes.
literally you just, I'm granted I don't live in the South, but I also don't get treated like I'm invisible here.
Mhm,
But I was just like, wow, like I was like, oh, people can't use their words, like you can't say excuse me.
mhm.
Like, I'm sure he heard me say that because I said it out loud.
Mhm.
And the girls around, the black women around me laugh, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're not pretty today, Morgan.
Mhm.
Go back home. So yeah, I do understand that, like,
Mhm.
completely.
And something I think intrinsically happens um, within us when we're around stereotypically ugly people.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I was getting at about I can feel the dynamics. I can feel the hierarchy burgeoning in that moment and everybody's standing and ready to take place, like take their specific space of wherever
Yeah.
role you play in that hierarchy.
Yeah.
And so because it's so innate, something does intrinsically happen when you're around ugly people. And 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 I think so much of it is driven by male desire, right? So if
Right.
men don't find you desirable, then you are invisible. And so thus women are just the whole society around beauty and face or aesthetic is built around what do men find desirable? So women are
Right.
chasing it and men are essentially dictating it, right? And so
Mhm.
it's like we are all these, we're in this assembly line just trying to like I guess there would be what acculturate to just what do men find desirable this in this era, because it changes every 5 years or so,
Mhm.
5 or 10 years. What do they find nice now? All right, get to work. That's what it feels like.
Mhm.
And so that's why Kimberly Foster tweeted the other day. Oh, so good. Shout out to her. She's a part of this pod at this point. She tweeted the other day. Oh, I wish I had it on me, but she basically said, I haven't fleshed this out, so don't, this is her argument. She said, I haven't fleshed this out, so don't hold this to me. There is something to be said about men's declaration that women beyond their 30s become useless, and women's declaration that after their 30s, they start to feel freer and more, again, this is a paraphrasing, they start to feel freer and less agreeable and desire, like
Right.
less concerned about people's perceptions of them and all of that. Because once you no longer have, and again, she didn't make the connection, but I did.
Yeah.
Once you no longer feel under that thumb of that assembly line of desirability that men dictate, you'd be like, like, all right, let's get to living.
Right. Literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, when we're talking about like what is what men dictate as beauty and whatnot, if somebody is quote unquote ugly, they can always make themselves pretty. And I think that was part of the conversation on TikTok, was that you
Mhm.
can, because at least they can see like you're putting forth an effort to do X, Y, and Z. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like, so making sure your body is shaped the right way, making sure you got the right accessories on, making sure you look presentable, you know what I mean, quote unquote
Mhm.
presentable. But like making sure like you're offsetting your ugliness with
Mhm.
something.
Oh,
So um yeah, it's deep,
I wish,
man.
I wish that I could, man, I may have to like pause it to go get it, which is fine, but it's so many quotes in this book, man, that that will be my book suggestion probably later for today. But I will say the gist of what I've gotten. I literally read half of it like in one night.
Mhm.
And I don't ever do that because I love reading, but not that much. But I read
Yeah.
half the book in
What
one
book
night.
is it?
Huh?
What book is it?
It's called Beauty Sick. Sorry, the book I'm
Yeah.
reading right now is called Beauty Sick, and
Mm,
it's not even. She's not even saying profound. Like she's a
yeah.
dope writer, but it just she talks about, let me slow down. The whole essence of the book is women's stories, but then like undergirding it, she's just basically making the case of just how much we're just on autopilot with regard to our obsession and sickness with beauty, right? Or like how obsessed we are with beauty. She likens it to a sickness essentially.
Yeah.
And just how much the quote that I put on my Instagram, she said
Mm. Oh my gosh.
54% of women would rather be hit by a truck
That's
than
part of why I'm talking about this right now. Because
I know, and
I
I'm
saw
glad we
that. I
did, and
forget
I'm
what it
glad we
was
just
though.
organically went in this. Yeah, 54% of women would rather be hit by a truck than to be beautiful, and then I mean, than to be fat. She said than to
Yeah.
be fat, and then
Yeah.
she said she presented it to her class because technically the stat was like one of those Pop Galore magazines, so she was like she wasn't certain on the validity of it, right? So she took it to her class. She's a professor, and she said she presents it every year in her classes, and then all the girls like she when she initially did it, she was thinking that the girls were going to be like, no, ha ha ha. I mean, like, yeah,
No.
but hyperbolically. And she was like, each time it was like, how big is the truck? Is it a semi or a 18? Because low key, like a little, my dad got a F-150, and like I've been hit by that a couple times anyway. So
Listen, I can have my Regina George moment.
she ended up right, okay, and she was still prom queen. Period. What? What's a little neck break with a good body? Like what? No, but like, so yeah, and all that to say, she just was making the case of just how much like she was pointing out so many things that I hadn't even really made a big deal about. A good one. She said how many women have chosen not to go somewhere that they needed to actually go because it was just like an ugly day. And I'm like, put a finger down if. And then I was just like, and I didn't, here go me in this sick culture. I'm just like, so you didn't go outside because your whole self. She told a story of one woman who was like, she almost missed a promotion meeting because she did, like so many serious things because,
Got
and as much as
ugly.
I'm like, okay, that's an exaggeration, but then I'm thinking about times where I'm like I've said sickness or something and something super important. Let me reschedule that interview or something because I just couldn't get my hair right or something. I have done that. A period. Like it's a sickness.
Yeah. When you posted that on your story, I was like, so I've been thinking, okay, so when I lost weight, gain weight, lost weight, gain weight,
Right.
there has to, like, I was like, one thing the last time I gained weight and was like, I'm sticking it to the man. I'm not about to starve myself no more. I'm not
Yeah.
about to run circles and circles and circles. Like I'm not about to do it. A, I don't have the time no more. B, it's hard on your body.
So hard.
But I was like, something clicked in me that was like, you have to hate something so bad that you are willing to do whatever it takes to not be that thing. You have to hate being fat so bad that you're not going to eat, that you're going to obsess over it, that you are going to run and run and run. Raven, it is a sickness. I was thinking back to when I first lost weight, the first time, when I was like in my early 20s. And I remember my best friend went to a PWI. So I can imagine now that I've worked at PWIs, I know that they talk about eating disorders way more than we do in the Black
Yeah.
community,
Oh,
right?
oh yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes,
So I
yeah.
remember her asking me, like, are you okay? Like, I'm like, girl, I'm fine. Like, I'm trying to lose weight. But it probably looked like an unhealthy obsession. And it probably was. And granted, I absolutely loved the moment that I was in my life because I'm like, I'm running. I've never run so much in my
Yeah.
life. Like, I'm working out, et cetera, et cetera. But at the core of it, or at the beginning of it, it's like you have to hate being fat so bad that you're willing to get up on a Saturday morning and run 8 miles, 7 miles, 6 miles, 4 miles on a regular Saturday. People run people run 5Ks.
People train for those and pay money to do those.
Right. For fun. But you're running it on a Tuesday. Literally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like this when I guess woke up, my frontal lobe was semi-developed. I was like, I don't know if I hate being fat that much. Granted, I do want to lose weight because my body doesn't need to have this much weight on my joints and stuff. But I'm like, I don't know if I hate being fat to the point where I need to be 180 pounds, which is
Yeah.
such the arbitrary number of what you need to be in this society, that I'm going to run myself ragged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to hate being fat so bad. And I don't know if people realize like
Mm-hmm.
you're not eating,
Mm-hmm.
you're taking all these, like, I remember the obsession with slim tummy teas, or if that's what they was called.
Oh
Like,
yes.
you're doing all these things because you hate being fat.
Yeah.
And I think, but also again, it's social currency. So I absolutely do believe that
Yeah.
54% of
Oh
women
yeah. Oh
would
yeah.
rather be hit
Yeah. Yeah.
by a truck
Yeah. Yeah.
because at least I can still be picked up and taken care of if
Because
I'm
what if I got
terrible.
hit and they can't pick me up and then like yeah, yeah. It's so, bro, can we just take a moment with that? Because like, and it's so inadvertent. You are on autopilot of beauty, the autopilot of beauty all the time. And I don't, and it's crazy because yeah, it is, weight is like, I think the central space that it exists in and everything else kind of emanates from it. But the hair thing, like,
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, no, seriously, like even for me, weight is 1000% top of the line, always on my mind. I there is nothing I think about more than my weight. Fact.
Fact.
Oh, I want to laugh and cry right now. I'm not playing. Because
No, it's really
reading this
bad.
book made me realize
Same.
just how much it's always on my mind so much that I just don't even, it feels just like a figurine. Like it just feels like a part of it and everything.
Yeah.
So if it's always on my mind so much that everything else that crosses my mind feels like things that cross my mind. And this just feels like my mind. You get what I
It's part
mean?
of right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, I do know what you mean. Same. Audience, please do not
no, right.
we
Because
know we need therapy for this.
no, we're gonna get to the we're keying, we're conversing, and also, but
Authenticity.
we're in all seriousness though. No, what we're doing is what the girl did for me. The book, I don't know the author's name. I'm gonna find her, but um, we're doing what she did for me, which was I was reading them and the words was like the words was like smacking me, and I was like, oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I do be doing that. I do be
Yeah.
doing that, and it's so that's why we're like exhaustively saying this. It's okay to acknowledge that, or not even okay. I want you to wake up and see that. How often, I would love to do a study too. How often do you think, it probably is a million studies actually now that I think about it, but how often do you think about beauty? How often do you, like every time I walk past the mirror, window, car, go ahead. Yeah, you're fine. You're
No,
fine.
keep going,
That's it. I'm
please.
saying every single time. And then it's crazy because when I be with a dude, they be like, oh, you so vain, you so vain. I'm like,
I'm just
I
trying to
don't
see what
think
I
you
look like.
understand what's happening here. It's not like, what Mick say? Oh, walk around the
Uh-huh.
mirror, just stare at my own posterior, just to obsess negatively over my own posterior.
Right. So I realized this week we only have bathroom mirrors, and in this house we don't like in the old house we had these closets that had full mirrors,
Mm-hmm.
so I could see myself all day long. And I'm like, because I've been taking in the fact that we're not supposed to see us. You said this, we're not supposed to see ourselves as much, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
started to think about, we don't have no mirrors in here.
Mm.
Desmond's room with his game and stuff has the only two like full length, like it's a mirror going across the room like this and a full length mirror on the back of the door. And I'm like, I needed this room because it was bigger. You did not need this room because it
Yeah,
has the mirrors
yeah.
in it.
To
And
the
I was
mirror.
like starting to think about like what might have been changing or shifting in my mind right now about my body. And I'm like, I'm not necessarily obsessing as much as I would. Like it's literally
Mm.
more of an internal, like um intrinsic, I think it's intrinsic change versus extrinsic
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
change, internal versus external desire to change. And I think that might be a slick difference in my desire to lose weight right now, that it's internal versus like I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
at my
Something driven
aesthetic, I'm looking
outside.
at my
Yeah.
body
Mm-hmm.
all day long, and I'm like, that's not
Yes.
cute, that's not
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally just realized we don't have no mirrors in here except the bathroom.
Wow.
So only thing I can see is from here up
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like
I love that.
that's
No,
yeah,
that's and
that's good.
but that's such a beautiful what's that called? Like a study, like personal research study that you did on yourself. I love when we come to those personal ones. That's so good. And I can only imagine right when actually it speaks to something she mentioned in the book, how this was like in her interlude actually. She was like, this is not gonna be something that we just like, just stop it. Just it
Mhm.
takes intentional, specific personalized effort to
Mhm.
divest from the sickness that is beauty culture, like
Yeah.
truly. And so that's why, even though I was being cheeky yesterday on my girl, like I'm London cheeky, but even though I was being silly on my post yesterday, my stories, it was tough to go to the gym with rollers in my hair, like dead
Yeah.
serious. Like, girl, it's men in my building, like, and it's not even that
Mhm.
I want any of them, but and it's crazy actually, because that's actually, the more I think about it, I wouldn't care for 1 second if a woman saw me in rollers.
Yeah.
Wow, I just really came to a conclusion even just now. I'm not kidding. That's the first thought that comes to my mind. Because matter of fact, I had a
Yeah.
neighbor. She was like, "Girl, that was me yesterday." She was on her way down to the gym, and she literally was like, "I was about to come down, but I was too scared." And I was like, "Girl, I have to. I'm natural." She had weave, so she was whatever.
Mhm.
I was like, "Baby, this is if I don't, this is gonna be gone." And I just paid $100
Yeah.
for this. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I literally had to stare in the mirror for a second. I was like, and then I was gonna put my bonnet over it. I was like, that's gonna look 10 times worse.
More. Nope. Now we get into
So now you're gonna be
respectability
a
policy.
hood rat
No.
and a ugly woman. I put hood rat in parentheses or air quotes, audio people. But yeah, now they're gonna look at you like a ghetto broad and
Mm-hmm.
also an ugly woman. No,
No.
pick a ugly, pick a ugly.
Yeah.
um, yeah. So, and actually, one last thing there too, just to add all the layers on it. It was about men, and also I stay in a white building.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thought of, oh, it's so crazy because even the white people was passing by me because our gym is basically all with glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I lose that. But again, I know how to do that save face thing. I know how to push past and like, oh, everything is projection. Everything is projection. I don't care what people think. I know how to do that well, even if I know how to fake it till I make it. That's the word.
Yeah.
But baby, all of the feelings were there. You just have to, and like
Mm-hmm.
how much I felt rollers in my hair yesterday in the
Yeah.
gym is insane.
Yeah.
Yes, it's tough.
Yeah. That was a good conversation.
It was actually. Wait, no. What did we do?
What do we do with that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think one, I'm not gonna get a full length mirror in my house. Like I
Okay.
think I'm gonna not do that. Um because I wanted to have like one of those that are like the cute ones that the girls have on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna have that because I was gonna put it like right outside the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh
Mm-mm,
yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna do that. We're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's my first step, honestly, because
I like
I don't
that.
need to see myself this much.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think
yeah,
that's good. And matter of fact, that would be my only suggestion too, I think, or thing that I am actively doing too. Um, Finding personalized incremental things that work for you that help you divest like incrementally. Um, or maybe macro, but don't try and overdo yourself because you still live in a sick beauty culture. And
mm,
I know the social implications that come with being ugly or not investing into beauty at all. So, and that's a heavy price to pay. But I think, like with anything, incremental baby steps can lead you to ultimate middle finger to that stuff, right? And so,
yeah,
um, but I think the other side to that, though, and I think is really important to mention, is actually invest in what feels beautiful to you because beauty
right,
isn't necessarily a bad thing in the sense that God created diversity in nature for that very reason. Beauty is holy, right? And beauty is sacred, and there's a sanctity to beauty that I think we should be able to marvel at. Um, but like it needs to just be expanded, and our understanding about
mm,
beauty needs to be personalized and also expanded and diversified too, kind of like at the same time. Like expand your palette and
yeah,
figure out what you find beautiful. And like low
yeah.
key, I'm only gonna say things that I am personally doing because I hate when people get on podcasts and start telling people stuff that they don't do. So I'm not even gonna say that. Throw away the scales. I have two, and I'm probably not going to. But in my
Let me guess.
bedroom, in
One's
my
Wi-Fi, one's manual.
go in the living room just in case I'll lose a couple of calories on the way to the bathroom. So I keep the one in the bathroom. I'm just playing. But but the things that I am doing, like I said, I went to the gym, like those small protests in your day to day life.
Hmm.
Oh, another one that I'm doing right now is I try and decrease the times that I like look at car windows and stuff. Like that sounds so
Yeah,
pretentious, but I'm actually serious. Like I literally have been like this the car, and be feeling a real life urge to turn my head. But no, enough. 34, not 36 today. You can do that.
period. That's a step. That's a
And
step.
period. Listen, I'm a therapist. That's
Yeah.
all we do is incremental treatment goals, honey. Huh? Yeah, so find your small incremental ways and then find your pretty because ain't
Yeah.
nothing like feeling pretty. And that's and every person deserves to feel beautiful in their own regard. It's not gonna be the easiest to divest from whatever culture and people or your even specific environment says is beautiful. But when you make these incremental steps and then maybe find your lookbooks on YouTube, like stuff that, and I don't care what it looks like, if you like it, period,
Yeah.
pursue it. So,
Yeah. I think when you was taking like God created beauty, like I love the color purple. I really do.
mhm.
Um
Oh, yeah.
uh, when she says I think it pisses God off when we walk past the color purple and don't
Mhm.
recognize it or see it. Something she said.
No, that's, I'm sorry, just
And
on that.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry. Because again, you know me, the post eating sin thing. What a way to desecrate what God's original plan was. He gave us all this beauty and nature to marvel at.
Mhm.
And of course, we just made it about ourselves. Why would I walk past a purple lily and glory at its beauty when I got a car mirror that I can go look at and make sure this pimple is popped? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not. It's not. I hate when Christians like condemn people for how we intrinsically are, because again, it's the
Mhm.
sin. It's a sin response. But I do want us to be on guard about it. That's all. But go ahead.
Yeah. I was just thinking about like the cheesy watering like yourself.
Hmm.
Like um personal style. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I was talking
Hmm.
to a coworker and we was talking about like she's like I'm about to do a Shein haul, like figure out like what I want to wear. I was talking to my coworker about like personal style and whatnot, and I feel like I've developed. Oh my God, Raven,
What?
pause.
Oh,
I lost so many clothes in this move.
really?
Like
Yeah, that happens to me.
so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Like clothes I just bought. And the reason why I'm so mad about it is not because I just bought them, but it's because I took time to kind of curate
Hmm.
my style and my
Hmm.
clothes and all stuff. And I feel like when I put on clothes, I really do know what looks good on me.
Yeah.
Um, and I lost it. I lost them, and I'm so sad. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's like
That is the
it
worst.
started off though. My curation of my own style was starting off with like a capsule wardrobe, and I've been telling people this for a couple years, like create a capsule wardrobe, like. But like I was telling my coworker like, um, when you find your outfit that you like, duplicate it a couple times. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like when you find the silhouette that you like on your body. And I think that's the sticking it to the man, right? It's
Hmm.
not buying the clothes that you think look good because Fashion Nova says it looks good.
Right.
It's buying the clothes that make you feel good in your body.
Hmm.
That makes you and I know this stuff is we've heard this before, but this is how we stick it to the
Yeah.
beauty culture.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what do I like to wear?
Absolutely.
Like even like I'm thinking about like going to the club. Like you might not be the girl that has on zero clothes. You might be the
Yeah.
fashionista, right? And that's appropriate club attire. Like that's like and be cute.
Hmm.
And so I'm just thinking about um like you might be quote unquote stereotypically ugly, but that doesn't mean that you don't like water yourself. The I think what we can borrow from beauty things and like beauty culture and like it's stuff like regimens and like figuring out like what products work for your skin and make your skin feel beautiful. Like, oh, this makes my skin feel oily. Okay, don't use it. You don't like it. Okay, cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Use something else. Like,
Hmm.
I like my hair like this. Like, finding the thing that makes you literally feel good. If it makes
Yep.
you feel icky, we're not doing it just because Instagram says it's
Yes.
the thing to use.
Yes.
I always think about like I can never be a influencer because I use 3 products on my face
Baby,
consistently
listen. Baby,
and I
listen.
ain't changed it.
Hmm.
Like it's
Hmm.
not happening.
Man.
Uh Cetaphil, vitamin E oil, and rose water. Like
That's
it's not
what
I'm not changing
I'm
it.
just playing.
Yeah. Right.
No,
I'm
same,
not
no.
changing it.
Same. Same.
It works. If I decide
Same.
if I figure if breakouts happen, it's probably a me thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
I probably
No,
ate too much sugar.
no,
Those 3
facts.
things do me good.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
so I can never be like that. I can never be a influencer. But the point I'm making is like find your things that make you feel good, and I
Hmm.
think that's the what we do with this is
Hmm.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
also will divest us from capitalism too because it
Because
ain't
I was
causing us
just gonna
to
say, when you start talking about the beauty products, I'm like, girl, yeah, that ain't nothing but capitalism anyway.
yeah
No, that's so real. I was when we was out there, everybody was talking about the skincare, and all the things. And I was like, baby, La Roche Posay, however you say, gets me done every time. And I've worked hard with my esthetician to get to a space where I'm like, I love my skin now.
yeah
I don't need another little thing until La Roche Posay stop working. I'm not getting another thing. But
yeah
I'm glad that works for you. I'm glad that you're willing to, like, but like ultimately,
hmm
like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay because, and actually, yeah, speaking to that, you're right. Capitalism is what distorts this so much too, because capitalism tells you what you're supposed to have. Capitalism tells you
hmm
what you're supposed to look like, and what you're supposed to buy, and how much you're supposed to have, and all those things, and it compels you to more. That's literally what the basis of it is: more, bigger, get another option, find another option, free market, more. Like, and I know we dog on it. Like, there are beauties of capitalism, because coming from an homogenous country this week, God bless the marketplace and diversity in the market. I appreciate it. But yeah, but you have to have a self-regulatory system. Talked about that in my second book. You know, Chuck be saying all the time. He's like, "You never plug your own book." I was like, but I felt bad. But I was like, if it applies, I will. And here it goes. Here goes a moment I can plug my book. How much is pop culture? And pop culture just means literally everything around you, right? How much is pop culture influencing your perspective, your desires, your morality,
Yeah.
and just the whole of who you are? Obviously, you can't get away from your environment impacting you and impacting what you think is beautiful, since we're talking about beauty today. However, how much of it is driven by things that are intrinsic or that are existential, even something higher than yourself, and not just your external environment? And how much do you want that to be the case? Like when you do that
Yeah.
assessment, look at the percentage, and then you got to assess, do I want 89% of my whole self to be driven by what I saw on the TV today, or what my mama watched last week, or whatever? Like, or what am I consistently scrolling? Especially since algorithms are so curated to you, it becomes a matter of,
Yeah.
are you curated to the algorithm, or do they
Hmm.
curate to you? And you got to ask yourself that. And if you want the help with that, It's Not Political: The Case for Mass Divestment from Pop Culture, by wherever books are sold, by Raven Martin. Anyway, but yeah, no, seriously, you straight have to ask
Pop it up.
yourself that.
Pop it up on the
Yeah,
screen.
I'm just like, no, but yeah, so
The other thing,
right.
so
Hmm.
with the social media thing, we at work we talk about healthy relationships and whatnot. But one thing we talk about is like our relationship with the world and with self. And one thing we have done a couple times in like different like we created a zine, and like some of the content we're about to come up for the social media is a timeline cleanse, like,
Oh,
and
yes.
um pulling away from things that one maybe always selling to you or don't
Mm-hmm.
make you feel good about yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
follow people with the same body types as you, or follow people with the same style as you. And I think daring to be different, like,
Oh, yeah.
um I don't know if you saw this issue with Mecca on TikTok. She was talking about how the cowboy Carter outfits were not giving what they supposed to give, and they like, Mecca, you can't even dress. But but she ended up having like so many deals because it's not that she can't dress, it's that she dresses different than
Yep.
people
Yep.
around her. And she has her own style.
Yep.
And she ended up with deals because these people were like, we recognize that you are
Stand
different.
out. Yeah.
Um huh?
I was saying, yeah, a standout. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And where you are called essentially ugly or outcast when you are not the same as everybody else. Um so I think it's also just having a little confidence that in order to feel like yourself, you're not going to look like, literally, you're not going to look like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to pull apart and be different and stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely. And guess what that takes? I'm glad you said that, because I talk about that in the book too, about how it requires courage. It
Yeah.
require and I'm not condemning people for not having courage, because I know we live in a social environment. I think humans are just inclined towards that because of sin. We're inclined towards judgment and homogeny and wanting to be the same. And
Mhm.
anybody who steps out of that bubble for even a second, you feel the stepping, and you feel
Right.
the isolation of that. And who wants to feel isolated? So I
Mhm.
understand why we do that, or why we lack courage a lot of times to do what you just mentioned. But as time progresses, I want you to, audience, to think about, again, I would never suggest things that I haven't done personally, to think about just how much you're sacrificing when you try and do the same, when you find yourself
Yeah.
consistently just bending the knee and blending in. And it's so funny, because the crazy part about the blending in and having lacking the courage to stand out in some specific ways is that that actually takes more effort, if you think about it.
Mhm.
Initially, you don't think that it does, because, okay, cool, so long as nobody said no, and now I can just be here. But just how much are you having to suppress or pretend or
Right.
mask, or in order to stay in that vein, and in order to look like everybody else? And even, like, let's say you've mastered it, trends change, movements change, things change, and so now you're having to consistently shapeshift yourself for the sake of people. The way I liken it a lot of times in sessions are like, having to be on, right? And it
Yeah.
ain't nothing like turning off and just being, oh man, the best way that I can describe it is like, because I know people get so frustrated at me when I talk about this. It's like, oh well, that's a personal thing. You don't know how hard it is, but it's all in your mind, guys. And I just want people to understand that don't nobody be tripping off you as much. And like the more you just have the courage to say what God made is good enough. Again, it's not that that's going to come
Yeah.
overnight, but the more you repeat that to yourself, like real talk, sometimes I literally repeat to my like, girl, this is the body and the face and the hair. That's what's been happening with my hair a lot lately. Seriously, my hair and my body actually, because I have, as much as we keyed earlier, I really have been making progress in it. But
Yeah.
the more you just be like, I mean, I could be mad at it, but then I would be disgracing God's creation, and that's silly. But then you have to have values larger than yourself too. So that's a whole other conversation. But to in order to have that conversation, you have to have values that would compel you to courage and compel you to be like, no, God made something good, and I have to make peace with that. And it won't necessarily always be the most comfortable. Making peace isn't pretty, but it's necessary. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I think that's why I complimented you so bad on your hair, your aesthetic right now, is because you just said something that reminded me of like how, you know, Kimberly Foster talking about when we reject at we women start to reject at our 30s. There's a rejection happening that's
Yes.
visible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And like the like
it makes me cry.
those older mature Black women who like start wearing the glasses, they'll stand out. You know,
Yes.
but like there's a when there's a rejection of beauty standards happening, you can see older women and mature
That's
and
so true.
own style, and it makes them stand out because you can if I say a 40-year-old woman with her own style, it's lots of color, it's lots of like
That's so
things.
true.
Gonna be Spanx all day long. Like people want to be
Morgan.
comfortable as they age. Like,
Morgan. Literally, that is so true. And I used to say, and I still say it all the time too, because I'm still only 31, but people be thinking I'm crazy. And I say it all the time. I can't wait to be 43. And people, oh, wow, that's such a
Ooh, that's
random,
very
like I
specific.
wanted to, it's not that it is 43, but 43 for me feels like the start as I enter into, I
Yeah.
can't wait for the 50s and all that. I know people be thinking I'm crazy because people hate women, especially old women. But anyway,
Right.
no, I don't have, obviously I have like things about dying and death and all of that stuff, but the existential don't scare me. I talk to the divine, so I'm not, that stuff don't scare me. I'm spiritual, right? But anyway, yeah, it don't scare me because one, I work hard and I've made a life that I'm proud of, but also two, um, because because of that, sorry. Because
Yeah.
of that very reason of what you just said. I young women are under the thumb of
Yeah.
patriarchy and men and parent perspective, because that's a conversation on its
Yeah.
own. Like you just left like a life largely where teachers, parents, the outside world, all these adult figures shaped you essentially.
Right.
And then now you're in your 20s, in late teens, early 20s and 20s. Now you're like, you got these 10 years to just like, okay, now make something out of all the shards of everything that all those people gave you for the last 20 years. Girl, the
And then in your 30s,
stress.
it's like, I don't like this, actually. Like, and by the time you get 40, it's like,
Huh?
F all y'all.
This is 30 somethings.
And it's so what I hear with the 40 is like, I can't wait to get through the process of the rejection, so I can
Oh,
so I can just fully embrace who I am.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
I really don't want to wait till 40, but
Yes,
also
yes,
I
yes, yes,
understand.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
understand. I totally understand.
yes, because right, and I think for me, 40. Well, let me add to what I think it is, because I think some of it still is 40, and
Yeah.
the reason I say that is because when people see age on you too, because right now we still look kind of too young for people to.
Yeah.
I want people to respect me. Call me
Yeah.
auntie. Like I am. No, because the thing is, right now, the reason I want to. So you're right. I don't want to wait to 40. That is a good caveat. Let's make a distinction there. I don't want to wait to 40 to release the expectation and stop living under the oppression of beauty hierarchy. But I also know some of it is frontal lobe specific and brain specific too. Like
Yeah.
life, that just is the way that life works.
We get
But still,
another
yeah, I
one.
think you can reject it earlier, huh?
Like we get another frontal lobe development.
No, technically no. But
Oh,
but what happens is
I
we're
just made
gonna
me
go.
so excited at the thought.
Yeah, no, we don't. We're done. We're done.
Oh dang.
However, experiences do
Yeah.
absolutely shape brain activity and like
Yeah.
development and whatnot. And so anyway, and even sociologically, we just evolved. Like there's research about just how we evolved as humans based on our environments and social spaces or
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is, so yeah, even still though, we can reject it sooner. Absolutely, shout out to you.
Mhm.
But I think what I'm also talking about is respect me, young man. Respect, no, young man. Like, because right now I do that. I am really, really. I got to work on my how. What's it called when people are patronizing? Baby, I will infantilize an adult in a minute. I will son a nigga in a minute. I'd be like, hey, 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 she's 42. Why are you what? That's a grown up. You can't talk to them that way. So I can't wait, like I can't wait for my age to catch up with those tendencies. When people see Michelle Obama walk in the room, I don't want you to see me as a sexual partner anymore, actually. No.
Right.
See me, and I'm not saying because Michelle Obama is beautiful and all that other stuff, but
Sit up straight.
huh?
Sit up
Huh?
straight. Thank you.
Pull, pull your pants. Like I can't wait to.
Just
I
giving
may do a
advice.
circle
Just
back to
giving,
respectability just for that reason,
yeah,
just because I'm. Just,
just calling out stuff, and you are not my mother.
hey, 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 hey. I want to be respect because by that time, because I struggle with designer and all this stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Because by that time, I'm like, oh, that's a nice shirt. I think I got it in. Let me see. What is? I don't know what it is, daughter. Mind you, it's a $300 Versace. Blah 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 blah. You know them professor women. You know them women. What are these glasses? I think they. Oh, girl, I can't see a thing.
Literally
Oh,
can't see.
oh,
I'm
Chanel
trying to
23.
see. But you got it on your travels through your 30s. And and it's quality and it's lasting, okay?
No, right. When they be like, girl, these things older than you, probably older than your mama.
Right, right.
When you go back to school? You be like, ah, I love those women,
No,
and I
that's
can't wait.
the next step. I'm rejecting
So,
fast fashion. That's when I'm getting in my 40s. I that's also it. When I get into my 40s, ain't no more changing sizes.
oh
These
yeah,
clothes, we are in the same size. We're gonna figure out what size that is, and the clothes are gonna be quality and they're gonna last for
yep,
years. Okay?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, and that's this is I hope we got to find a way to condense this and clip this because the internet needs to hear this.
Yeah.
We're not scared of aging. I'm so saying, we're not scared. We're not scared. We're not afraid of aging. And to the extent that there are anxieties, it's solely, and even if this isn't the case, let's speak this into existence. To the extent that there are anxieties about aging as women, they're solely in the uncertainty of it, right? And like,
Yeah.
whoa, uncertainties are scary. What's to come? How should I prepare? Whatever. But with regard to looks and am I accomplished enough? Do I have enough? Girl, if you don't step, dig that thick heel into their necks, daughter. Girl, 40s and up, wisdom, all the bimbo boneheaded dumb stuff that I did when I'm girl waiting outside niggas' houses and stuff. Go home. 40 year olds, and if you're 40 and doing that, ma'am, girl, go or like all the things. Girl, we could have a whole episode about that.
Yeah.
40 would have saved me from idiocy.
I was when we was in the Virgin Islands, I was on the little taxi, whatever it is. And there was two older women, one black, one white, both American, talking about their menopause. And I'm just like, and they both talking about how their husbands are navigating, how they navigating it. And I'm just like, oh dang, now like I was thinking about I text Desmond was like, you gotta go through menopause with me, right? Like, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, no, it's
um,
beautiful.
and I think it's because I'm surrounded by so many older women that I'm just like,
That
I
might be true.
I
Yeah.
think I embrace um people getting older. Like I really be talking to like older women, like they my friends. I mean they do be my
Oh
friends. Like they
yes.
my
Oh yes.
age, like
Yeah.
still with some reverence and respect. But
Yeah, of
like
course. Of course.
um I don't see the age like they see the age. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm,
Like, and I
mm-mm,
think that's a
mm-mm,
different level of maturity that I can sit and have
mhm,
a, and it might also be the work that I'm in, that I can
mhm.
sit and have a conversation with an older lady and we kiki and about,
Same.
one of my mentors,
And you
Dr.
were close
Bond.
to your granny, weren't you? Your grandma?
Yeah.
You say, yeah, that's some
And
other too. Yeah.
yeah. I was talking to Dr. Bond and she told me that when you get older, the hormone to keep you asleep goes away. Oh, that makes so much sense. So I've been telling my mom, I've been telling older, like all the other women, like the reason you're not sleeping as somebody over 60 something is because your hormones are changing.
Mhm.
Like
Period.
just,
Period.
it's okay. Like it's just a different phase of life. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I don't, yeah,
And you think
yeah,
about all this is why I be girl, hot take. It's so funny because this is actually my complaint and my enjoyment of Beyonce. Let me rectify my Beyonce take. Let me give a good Beyonce take on the internet because the internet wanted to
man,
thread.
the
Woohoo!
girls. Oh my god, do y'all know
Let me give
Beyonce
a good
personally?
Beyonce take because I
Like,
don't
oh
think they know
my,
us. They don't know. To
we
the
are not
left,
high.
to the
We are not
left.
high. Girl, we are not high.
Ma'am,
Commentors.
we made the hive, daughter. What? But yeah, so let me give a quick good one while I get thrashed by the barbs right now because I'm about to say it. If actually, let me not pit
Mm,
black women. As this is not me pitting them against each other. It's just me noticing a difference in how women they are embracing age.
yeah.
Um, I think love Nikki so much down. I really have always, but I think so much of what we're seeing within her is some of this struggle. Yeah, it has a lot to do with like the girls and all that other stuff. And like we could talk about industry stuff all day, but that ain't this kind of a podcast. I go to
Yeah.
another one if you want to do that one. Invite us on though, because we could have that conversation. But but a lot of what I also think is happening with her right now is she hasn't embraced getting older.
Yeah.
And getting older just don't even mean necessarily the age. More so, she is steeped in an industry that praises beauty and youth.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're thrusting youth onto her, like or like and
Hmm.
trying to like almost kind of replace her. Um, some of it maybe is antagonizing, and some of it is just because that's just the way of the world, baby. You had a 10-year reign with like yeah, like the times ebbs and flow, but you have to be willing and prepared to ebb and flow with it. And speaking to your point about the community, that's why you got to have grandmas and aunties and homegirls around you that make you feel beautiful and accentuate the beauty that moves beyond that ass and that face, which are all beautiful. And I'm glad you said like you're gorgeous girl. And forget Nikki now. And I'm just speaking generally. All of those things are wonderful. And also, though, what perspective do you have? And I think that's one of the things that make me so joyful about getting older too. Is like I
Man.
know how much I be struggling and how much nights it be so many nights now where I'm just like, I wish I could curl
Hmm.
up in the bed with my granny. Obviously, she's passed now. Or
Yeah.
I wish I had a woman, such a black woman, that I could just, an older black woman that was like, I hate to say this, but again, we're potting, like together. I want an older black woman that
Yeah.
got the stuff, even got the
The
husband. I,
wisdom.
yes, and and I'm ready to just like curl up and not have her be like, oh girl, if I can have no, stop. I don't want you to be me. I want to be you. Like
Right.
be comfortable in your space so that I can have a safe landing spot. That's what we're
Right.
supposed to do for each other. But everybody trying to compete with the young kids and
Yeah.
going to Nikki, like that's what I'm like, we don't need Nikki, you are the greatest of the greatest of the greatest of all times. We need you to be you so that we can marvel at you. Like
Yeah.
stop trying to compete with me. And what I was going to say about Beyonce is I appreciate just how much she's she's gracefully walked in that bag. I'm getting older. I'm prioritizing motherhood and wifehood for whatever that what means, whatever. And so that means my music, my style, my dress, how I present, all of it needs to mirror the continued evolution. She's literally a walking brand. It's fascinating. But yeah, she embraced the evolution of it and poured. Chloe and
Yeah.
Halle for whatever they she, that is like I love that she was like, I'm gonna give you a visual representation of what my politic and my ethic is as a black woman,
Yeah.
re-pouring into young black women. If
Yeah.
that ain't and then if that's not magical and beautiful,
Yeah.
yeah, embrace aging, baby, because you got something to give. Maybe now it's not about the aesthetic beauty, but now you can forsake that and give us something deeper. I'm done.
No, I was okay. So I tell this to Desmond all the time, like thinking about that. I feel like there's a rejection of, again, olderness, auntiness, all the things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're saying it's beautiful. And I tell Desmond all the time, like, you should start mentoring young men. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
he comes from the perspective, I don't got it all figured out. That's not how you mentor. You mentor from a
Yeah.
place of experience and from what you could have, would have, should have done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's how we mentor. Like, I can now tell my nieces and nephews what colleges to go to and not go to,
Yep.
and you might not go to a PWI, but you know what? You can't be out of date and go. I mean, you might not go to a HBCU, but you go to a PWI, have a good experience, great experience actually, and
Yeah.
have a debt-free journey because the PWI is going to pay for you to be in black.
They want blacks.
Well, I don't know
Yes.
about it now, but they did.
Right. Right. Right.
So like you mentor from a place. So like let somebody come and sit in your bosom, and you talking about like I
Yes.
want to curl up and lay with my grandmother. Like there's a peace that comes with
Ooh.
the wisdom. There's a peace that comes with being able to just sit with somebody who's older, sit at their
Uh-huh.
feet, like,
Uh-huh.
and be able to just listen, like,
Mm-hmm.
and not even like it's a difference between like, oh, I want to still do, and but there's a difference between
Right.
that and like
Yes.
I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But let me help you do it. You know, like, and how can we get you there and not feel like being jealous about it or I live my life and I'm grateful for my life. You know what I mean? Like coming
Talk
from that
about it.
place
Talk about
and
it. Talk
like
about it.
yeah, I wish I could have did things differently in hindsight, even right now in my 30s, but I can still help somebody else have a
Yep.
better experience than I.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And how much more fulfilling that'll actually be, because the lie of capitalism in Western society is acquisition is the thing that brings you fulfillment. And then we all
Yeah.
turn 65 and be like, it was about my kids all along. Get the It was about my sister. I need to fix it before I die. Like, oh, right, because human connection is actually the thing that
Right.
matters the most. Oh my God. Like, but yeah, no, it's a lie. Even if you
Yeah.
didn't get to do or have or make the best trips or all the things, yeah, like they'll be like, oh, girl, I wish I would have. But like, ain't nothing gonna match somebody.
Hmm.
Ralph Waldo Emerson say it all the time. I won't say it all the time. He said, to know that one life has been changed because you lived is to have succeeded. Period.
Yeah.
Period. For a person to be like, oh no, 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 no. Because you said that, or because you told me that, that changed my life and that made me make a better choice. That's the whole reason we're here, to be helpers to
Yeah.
one another. It's almost like scripture said that. But last thing I'll say about what you said about Desmond, um, I'm such a condescending Christian. But anyway, no, there is so much immense value in just seeing somebody make it to an age that you're not at. And
Yeah.
I think men do forsake that, because I say the same stuff to my brother, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm still."
But
That's that
you've
patriarchal
done.
nonsense that make y'all think that y'all have to
Right.
be bajillionaires in order to tell
Right.
somebody how to go get a dollar, or to
Right.
just. But like, no, the problem with Julesy did a video about this recently about college,
Oh,
black
how I
men going to
wanted to
college.
watch that video.
You
Yeah.
got to watch it. I watched it while I was out of town, but anyway, she was saying one of her arguments for why black men are struggling to go to school and haven't, the enrollment has decreased. She
Hmm.
was like, largely it's just because there are no older men around.
Yeah.
And not even just like, oh, older men who go to college, or just older men who not in jail, or who not strung out, or who not just struggling and
Hmm.
deeply depressed and mean to they were just a basic EMT guy who go,
Hmm.
healthy, who be talking to him. And
Right.
and I thought, because I ain't gonna lie, at first I was so vitriolic when that argument came out about black men not going to, or men, and like why they don't go, and how it's always blamed on women and stuff. But she softened it up. Yeah, watch it. It was good. She softened
Hmm.
my perspective up so much, because I think sometimes we do forsake how much of a diverse range of women we see. We grew up with aunties that maybe you got a gay auntie
Hmm.
who work at the post office. You got one cuz your best friend's big sister went to
Hmm.
college, so you kind of did see the educated girl, whatever, whatever. Your
Right.
mama is the homemaker, best cooking. Your granny was like the hard, fun auntie who traveled all over, but she didn't. Whatever. Your other auntie, she was the woman who had all the niggas. Like we
Right.
see a wide range. It's not that they were all beautiful women who had it all together, but we saw options and we saw
Hmm.
diversity, and we saw that there is probability of life that can come from us, and it can look at various ways. Black men, large men, but especially black men.
No, had it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Hmm.
Barack Obama even said it too in that podcast. I don't know if you saw that clip. He was like, and a girl went viral because everybody was mad. They was like, he was like, men need to be around gay men. And
Yeah.
he said, not just, he was like, beyond just their dads, they need to be around all. He did say, to be fair, they people, the internet, they need to see a wide range of men. What I was just saying. And he was
Mhm.
like, and a matter of fact, they need to be around gay men. Like,
Yeah.
you need to see masculinity in diversified ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think what I was about to say with um oh, I think when you thinking about the mentoring, and like the difference between I should have, I could have, I would have, if I knew all this, it's also like understanding that yes, if I had the tools to know, if I had the foresight to understand and see the future and all the stuff, I would have made different choices.
Yeah.
But it's also sitting in that wisdom that I see why it worked out that way. And if it didn't work
Yeah.
out this way, I wouldn't be here. And being
Yep.
grateful for where you're at and not so much living in the regret of I could have been the thing, the X, Y, and Z, right? And I think there's something to that too. And
Yeah.
I think that's also the struggle with aging, maybe, is that people are still trying to get to where they have in their
Yeah, yeah,
minds.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to embrace like it didn't work out. And I'm
Yeah.
doing that right now. Like I'm doing that in my 30s, that it didn't work out for that in that way for this reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's okay. And I
That's
see why it
okay.
didn't work out that way. And I'm
Yeah.
glad, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. That's so good. That makes me just that moves me because you're so right. Like I've been preaching this so much lately in sessions, coincidentally about. Actually, I say it on here all the time too. Make peace. Make
Hmm.
peace. And more important, actually, let me stop because then that puts the onus on us, and that just is defies everything that I believe in. Find peace.
Yeah.
Go and search out, seek out, submit to peace, because in all things get contentment, right? That's what scripture
Hmm.
says. Or in all things I learned to be content, actually. Let me quote it
Yeah.
correctly. Complacency and contentment are not the same thing.
Hmm.
It's not about, well, whatever, stagnation, and then things are just going to be what it is. And so just forget it all. It's not about apathy. It's more about embracing the beauty of presence and
Yeah.
now and gratitude for what is. And there is power in what is right now, especially if there's life in your body. And as cliche and overly spiritual as all that may feel and sound and like podcast talk, it's really not, but that requires a leveling of oneself and a reflection, an introspection of what do I have and what makes me happy and what makes me
Yeah.
grateful. Capitalism pushes us into this consistent state of more, which makes more opportunity for complaint and frustration. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The more you have, then the more you have to complain about. And so it's like,
Right.
oh, we weren't designed to have this many options. And so we literally can't handle it. And so that's why we be imploding. And that's why nihilism and depression is an aesthetic on the internet now.
Yeah.
Anyway, therapist talk. But so yeah, gratitude and contentment
Yeah.
and matter of fact, last thing I'll say here, contentment will actually eradicate complacency from you, I think, because
Hmm.
when you learn to be content, now you're coming from a healthy, stable place and you're like, what makes me feel good? Not
Right.
what I need to be going after so that I can and hurry up and keep looking or doing or having, but I'm in a good spot. And so when you're in a good spot, now your brain is clear and you can function from a place of like desire and
Hmm.
yeah, like authentic desire rather than trying to satiate stuff that came from the culture. I don't even know if that
Yeah.
makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes right back to when we're talking about beauty. It's just what makes me
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
Like
Come on,
like
circle.
being present, like
Hmm.
literally just chilling out and figuring out like what is it that I like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people live in the present, so
Not at all. Not at
yeah.
all. What's the book? The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Oh, changed my
Mm,
life, man. I mean, it's
yeah.
still hard to not teeter back and forth into it, but
Hmm.
Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Man.
Yeah.
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 Is that our
Hmm.
pod?
I think it is. This is
Woo!
such a ramble, and
It was. But you said at the beginning, I would like get our banter. Our like we really did. We like our banter is what get us going. Our banter is what because that's how the phones happen. The phone conversations
yeah.
happen. It's our banter. So we should probably
Yeah.
invoke that more.
Yeah, this is great. I do
Hmm.
want to. You still can shout out your book suggestions. I don't have any, but you can
You
shout
know
out your
what?
book. And
I literally think I've named like 3 today. And you've been doing like the last 4, so actually it's cool. I'll take it today. Um, Beauty Sick. I don't know her name, but I'll show it on the screen. I'll post it. So that was just a good one about the beauty stuff that we talked about. You heard it if you listened to the podcast this far. And the other one, this last one that I just mentioned, I think it does kind of speak to the latter stuff that we've been talking about, which is the ruthless elimination of hurry.
Mhm.
Don't read it if you're not ready to be transformed and convicted about the frivolousness of the fastness of your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, those 2 books are really, really helpful for today, or could be useful for today.
Okay. And don't forget to post your book as well.
Yes. Oh, that's why that was the third. Oh, hold on. Rewind. And then the third is It's Not Political by me, Raven Martin. Yeah, and that one is relevant because oh, take a full. I was like, what do we talk about? That was relevant to that.
Pop culture.
Yes. Take a full assessment of what is influencing who you
Mhm.
are, your
Yeah.
morality, your perspective, your interests. And in the event that you find out that largely most of it is being influenced by whatever the algorithm gives you that day, let's divest and do something different. And the book tells you how and kind of gives you a whole gamut of what to do. So, yeah.
I feel compelled to shout out an event series that my job is hosting this
Mhm.
next 4 weeks, starting July 30th. So this will be posted before um, July 30th.
Yeah.
So the next sequential
Hmm.
date, the next sequential 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
The it's a series called Sister Love. And we'll be reading the book Sister Love by Audre Lorde and Pat Parker. But actually, I don't know if it's by them, but it's a culmination of the letters that they wrote to each other. And because I do prevention work, it talks about how friendship, sisterhood, etc., is a prevention tool. Because we know that um, abusive relationships can often happen in isolation. So when you got your friends, you got your girls, um, that's actually a preventative tactic of unhealthy relationships and relationship violence. So if you're interested, it's literally open to anybody, and I'm mentioning it here because we were talking about aunties and mothers and sisters and cousins, all the things, and that's who we want. You don't have to be in sexual assault work. You ain't got to be in relationship violence work. You ain't got to be an advocate. Nothing. Just regular Black women. Really, anybody can join.
Nice.
We're just gonna be talking about sisterhood. I'll send you the flyers. So you can like post it up and like also send
Yes.
you the link. You also get a free copy of the book Sister Love. If by chance you don't aren't able to read the book, still show up, still enjoying the
Yes.
conversation.
Definitely.
And I come like it's virtual. Um,
Oh, fire. Okay.
yeah, so I think it's like 5:30 Eastern time for the next four
Oh,
weeks.
cool.
Um,
Oh, it's like you did just say a sequential
yeah.
series. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice.
So if you're
No, that's
interested in that,
yeah.
I think that'd be cool for our audience to like
For
check.
sure. Yeah. Send me the thing and I'll put it on the thing and
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
dope. Sweetie sweets. What the girls be
Yeah.
saying?
A that we not have, and we need to shut up about Beyonce.
Yes.
The
Can we
girls,
please? Okay. Just 23 seconds.
the girls do not play. I was stressed with the comments
Yes.
this week
I
or 2 weeks
know.
ago. Stressed.
I, I was a little bit, I was getting heated. Heated.
It fed me off.
Turn me up, I'm hot, hot, hot like Stalin Chanel, like we are in jail. Fingertips go tap, 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 tap. No, girl. First of all, they literally don't know that this is a nuanced podcast with nuanced
Thank
critical thought.
you.
And Beyonce herself is the queen of nuanced critical thought, just manifested via the
Right.
visuals and the
She
music.
makes us
And
think.
uh, huh?
That's why
Huh?
there be think pieces about Beyonce's work.
Baby, because TikTok has found out that that's what I love, and I watch a documentary every day about a different video that she does.
Did you
Like,
know 7-Eleven was her crashing out over Jay-Z?
I
Didn't know,
watched a
found out this week.
whole mantra about that yesterday. Yes. Uh-huh.
Found out this
Um,
week.
the one
Like,
that I found out about this week was the pool that she did the formation dance in. That my dad when they were in that empty pool.
yeah, okay.
My daddy
Yep.
elevator. Remember they did the dance number in the pool. That was like an homage of remember when they poured the bleach in the acid in the pool that the black girls
Mm,
was in to basically burn their skin or whatever, and they drained the
yeah.
pool, and so she danced
Mm.
in the drained pool. Like, yeah, that was an homage to that. Again, lore, Beyonce lore is my favorite genre of consumption in anything. So anyway, yeah, I was like, hey, Aka,
Chill out.
Aka.
Chill out.
Aka, this is my dad's house. Anyway, yeah. I don't want to kick him, get you.
Y'all, I'm so sensitive. I was texting Raven like, okay, A, people don't know how to think. B, why we not Beyonce fans no more? Like,
Nigga, yeah, people on TikTok was like, I hate when the new fans come around it. The new fans. I grew up
correction,
with,
she's been on 3 tours and da 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 da.
and
Okay. All right.
first of all, forgive me for not wanting my girl to be a workhorse.
Thank you.
Forgive me for acknowledging something that she consistently acknowledges already, which is the over
Period.
she first of all, no. 16 carriages. No, she said it's 16 gone. Wait, no, what she say? Um, had to leave my home at an early age. I saw mama crying. I saw daddy lying. All my tender problems had to leave behind. You know why she says that? Because capitalism and consumption and her being turned into a commodity, something to be commodified at such a young age. What she say? I miss my kid. It's been 38 summers and I'm out of my bed on the back of the bus in the bunk in the bed, going so hard. Gotta choose myself. Overworked and overwhelmed. I might cook clean, but still won't fall. Still working on my life, still working all of my life. She do it to every 2 years.
She can't even fold her. She can't even finish a task. She said, "I might cook clean, but still won't fold." Baby want to fold the clothes. She just trying to. She got a hand in everything. She want to sit down. She was adultified. The adultification of black children.
What was the first verse when she said it? The second one was about her kid. Going so hard, gotta choose. No, I miss my kids. Overworked and over. But the first one was underpaid and overwhelmed. Like she's consistently telling us how exhausted she is. Not that she doesn't love it. Oh my God, it's almost kind of like two things can exist at the same time. I love this and I'm exhausted by it. That's wild.
Right.
Oh my gosh. And also when she was about to do the Vegas residency, or Vegas, they was in talks with the Sphere or whatever, and then the business stuff didn't work out. And so she was forced onto this tour. Oops. But that was in pursuit of, I need to slow down. I want to be with my kids.
Yeah.
I want to actually be a mom in this era. But Columbia Records, whatever, let me stop
And you
because
know,
yeah, I'm gonna get beat up this
when
week too.
when people do a residency, traditionally, these residencies are not. If you watch Elvis's movie, you watch other
Mhm.
people's stuff. That's where artists go to die. Like, not literally. I mean, Elvis did die, but that's where
It's okay.
artists go to
Yeah.
retire. Like, they're
Yeah.
tired. They want to
You're
sit
tired.
down. So they let me do this last thing, so I can sit down. I can be one place stationary. I can set my children up in a hotel a couple miles away, so we can stay here for a week. I can go to work, come back home every day instead of going all over the world.
She always toured like Beyonce's 43. I'm sorry. Oh, you talking about when she was 25. Oh,
Right.
what are we? What the girl limping in Dubai? Like, can we stop? And again, that's my girl. And that's another thing. Actually, like, y'all have a parasocial relationship with her. I have a black woman to black woman. It's like I obviously have a parasocial one too because it's
Right.
fun internet fodder. But also, I'm looking at a black woman. I'm not looking at my favorite celebrity.
Right.
Shut up.
Right. Want to be consumed. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, anyway, so yeah, we're Beyonce
So what's the
fans.
girl saying? The girls are saying we're not Beyonce fans. We need to shut up. We don't know what we're talking about. They don't know. And the other thing is they don't not. Y'all forgive me. This is a thinking podcast.
It is. Well, most people,
Nuance. Nuance.
spell it. You just can't even spell nuance.
Attention! This is how bad bitches leave London and go to Prague. You bitches can't even spell Prague.
I was like, we are facing a literacy crisis in this. Like,
Girl, she's a nerd,
because the
guys.
girls don't know how to, because the people don't know how to read. They don't know how to comprehend.
Read, comprehend, and I was about to say expand a thought, but I guess you can't expand a thought that you haven't grasped the initial thought first. So you're right.
Oh
Yours
my God.
comes first. Yours comes first.
You quoted a research project, and the dude was like, that's not all men. That's because when you do a research project, you have a sample of the grand thing, the grand population, the population. You have a sample because, of course, you can't survey the entire population of men or black men, etc. You create a sample, and then I come up with a conclusion. You have an hypothesis, you study it, and then they come up with a conclusion.
Mm-hmm. And it provides you context for how to potentially deal with certain people groups. So it's not to say definitively that men are all a thing, but rather to say men from research we've seen could have a potential inclination toward that specific thing because these are the things that we found. It's almost kind of like,
Kind of like what?
I'm gonna stop because you're right. A literacy crisis. Let's do it
but
that way.
research breeds research. So after I do my research over here, we on the What's on the Agenda podcast, we talk about it, we analyze it. We don't have to do an entire research project to analyze it. And then maybe somebody else does a research project on this conversation, or they do a research project because literally you can take this. I was watching the What's on the Agenda podcast, and they had this opinion, and I'm bringing that into my research.
Yes, which is why I know, again, people don't read research papers, so it's okay. I'll tell them.
Literally do this.
If you scroll to the bottom, like scroll, because I know it's not gonna be on paper because people don't read books.
It's a lot of words. It's a lot.
Like, so a lot of times they'll have what's called like an abstract, and so like what abstracts are is like, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. It'll be like 100 things that they read that were already things that that were researched on about that specific thing they researched on, and then what be happening is like, it added to their research. So they read research to add to the research. You know what I'm saying?
And
I don't know if that makes sense.
It tells you exactly where it was because it'll tell you the page number, the author, the name.
Yeah.
It'll
That's
tell
called
you
a bibliography.
the edition that came out, like that they got it from. Like it'll tell you exactly all the things.
And also though,
citation.
Sometimes depending on the style of paper, like it'll have like a footnote in the paper. So like because I know sometimes scrolling is really hard and reading all that stuff is really hard. So like you'll get the footnote and then sometimes a footnote at the bottom of the page. That's more if it's essay like. But again, we get too deep in it.
More context in the footnote. Like they'll even say like sometimes I researched this and realized that it's not hitting the way I wanted to hit, but it's still making a little bit of point to where I needed to like make my point. I'm just taking this one page. Yeah.
It beefs up the points. Like it gives your point something to stand on. So it's not definitive, but it creates solid or solid stability for that point in that position so that you can take it and run with it, Mr. Sexist Man on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the girls were saying. You're right. They were saying we hated Beyonce. For the record, we don't. And we care about Black women. And that's what it looks like to care about Black women, to speak
say auntie, because Beyonce's an auntie.
She is. Sit down, sweets. And let us marvel in what you've done, right? Let's stop it there because everything will be horrible. But what else were the girls saying?
On a positive note, Raven called out that somebody on YouTube was like, the fact that it's about to be 2 weeks that without them, like without our podcast, but we took a 2-week break. And I'm
since it was a break, it was a nice break too. We both were out the country. Yeah.
Technically, I was not out the country. I was out of the connected states.
Well, he trying. No, I'm just playing.
I can imagine.
They don't even have
I
representation.
was I was on Epstein Island, so that was fun. So much fun.
I didn't know you were on a work trip.
Yeah.
Girl, this
Um.
girl, give me $1. Just one. Just one.
Girl. Girl. Yeah, I was on a work trip. Because we were wrapping up a grant. So, um, with this grant, it's a black women doing. It's a black women organization had a grant and funneled it down to other black women organizations that do
Nice.
sexual violence work or relationship violence work. And the space was beautiful. Like it was just black
Nice.
women healing black women and giving us tools that we could take back to
Yeah.
the work that we do. So for example, we did play therapy.
Oh,
And
fun.
one woman did a session of play therapy using double dutch, and I'm in there crying because
Oh,
Double Dutch was never part of my youth, but it
really?
reminded me of being it reminded me of being the girl off to the side, scared to join. And she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"That's what it's supposed to bring up. Like it's supposed to bring up. We don't know what it's gonna bring up, but it brought that up, and that's what we gonna deal with." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Mm.
But that was me, us having a conversation later on. But
Yeah,
it was beautiful. People were just
I
having
love that.
fun. But we also did like a site tour with an organization on the island that
Nice.
does work with survivors or experiencers of uh, violence. They sell
Mm-hmm.
their they sell items either they've created or curated in the store. So we ran up a bag in there. Literally,
Nice.
we spent
Nice.
like she's like, y'all spent like $3,000 in this store.
I
Like,
love when Black women just,
so
oh, we are so amazing.
man, just
Man.
bought stuff. I got me a bag. I got some art.
Period. Girl, what about the
Um,
whole store? Period.
man,
Yeah.
and them. She's like, these girls are gonna be happy. They're gonna get their pay,
Mm,
et cetera, et cetera.
I
So it was
love it.
great. So I do be going a lot of places, and it's like
Mhm.
y'all, you travel a lot, and but it's kind of like heal the healer type spaces. But yeah, it was so beautiful. It's just nothing but black women,
Good.
loving on each other, and but yeah, I
Mhm.
was on Epstein Island. I think St. Thomas is either Epstein Island or there's an island close to St. Thomas, but the airport they said that we came into is the airport that the um the man used to traffic. So yeah, everything that's beautiful, everything that's glitter is not gold,
Well, it
which is
would
so
be if
dis
they just didn't dust their stuff on it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
right. I mean, it's really like disheartening and disgusting. Like oh my gosh, even thinking about like I was thinking the whole time I was there, I was thinking about like passport bros and people
Girl.
that like this idea, like how we even sexualize Caribbean men. You know the mud thing that is happening,
Yeah. Hmm.
the mud tours or whatever. I don't know
I know
what it
what
is.
you're talking about.
I think it's Jamaican. Um, yeah, that's not okay. Like y'all going out there trying to have sex with these people in other countries, like there's a power dynamic in that.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
and
100%.
um power is a huge part of sexual violence and actually the main part of sexual violence. And if you
Yeah.
have a society that is their main what is it economic um
Oh, like how they're,
industry
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
tourism, there and they have to be hospitable to the people who come to their country. Like there's a power dynamic in that, like that we don't see. And it's
You're
like the passport
exploiting
bro.
poverty. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hmm.
Exploitation.
Hmm.
And we're going to these countries and so I wanna have sex with X, Y, and Z and I wanna that's exploitation. Like, and it's just not new. It's researched.
Hmm.
It's researched. I actually was not exposed to this weekend. I was exposed to this through a class that I was taking about
Yeah.
global something, and we talked
Hmm.
about sex tourism. That's where I understood the word. But
Oof.
like, it's
Sex
sex
tour. Oh,
tourism, like wanting
Jesus.
to go and have sex with people in other countries because they're exotic, quote unquote, because
And let me
they're
tell you, white women do that. I've heard the amount of, let me stop because I'm put people on blast today. I've heard, that's not just
yeah,
movie. I've heard white women say that. I have
yeah.
verbally, myself, in the room, heard
Hmm.
multiple white women talk about that.
Wow. Please
Hmm.
elaborate.
Hmm. I can't because it's disgusting. I mean, but that's ultimately what they, yeah, would talk about. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
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 No, what I was gonna say is on that real quick. that's why every time I go to Mexico, I was like, literally, girl, I can't even count how many times I've been to Mexico, and like every single time, when we be, don't get me wrong, I get not trying to be exploited or abused, right, and taken advantage of. I get that, but like sometimes when people be nickel and diming, because like, oh, I know this taxi ride is typically 15 or $10. Why are you charging me 13? Girl,
These folks think
pay the
that.
man. Pay the man. Pay the man. We're not about to nickel again. Don't be abused. Don't be a dumb foreigner who just
Right.
gets abused. That yeah, because and a lot of times you will get played a lot of times in these countries. But also, this the other part to that. Also, so
Right.
like and I say that because if it's incumbent upon you to learn custom. You're coming
Mm-hmm.
in and exploiting their region, exploiting all of their resources, the beauty of their land that they don't even really get to enjoy because they stay on the
Right.
outskirts of all of it because they can't afford to live in the spaces that they work in,
Exactly.
have to travel 35 hours a day to work backwards and forth, like all this other stuff. That look extra five. Stop. 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 Because you also finna go down to Louis Vuitton or wherever and go buy a bag for cheaper or whatever, like, or tax free or something. Like, stop. Stop. Like, stop. I'm so tired of the conversations about, um, um, the what's the word, abuse, and oh, what's the word, people talk about other, when people talk about other countries and just how scammy that a lot of other countries be. This is the other part to that we just don't like to have the conversation about. So
Yeah.
what if you're dumb enough to go get scammed and not don't have the fortitude enough to make the necessary steps to get to know the right people and do the necessary things to respect and honor this culture that's already been raped and pillaged by the West anyway?
Right.
That's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this, yeah, that's a harsh politic, I know, but I've been recently
Yeah.
coming to that too. Like, these people are in abject poverty that you will never be able to understand ever in your life
Yeah.
on your little week
And
excursion. Go
yeah,
ahead.
no poverty that's like, because I was thinking about how St. Thomas might want to disconnect themselves from the United States, but might can't afford to because they don't have a military. They might not have the military
Yeah,
protection. They don't
yeah,
have the government, like, because
yes.
there's steps you have to take. Like, so it's like, and just thinking about how you're saying that they can't enjoy their own like land,
Yeah,
like
the beauty of their land, they don't even get to enjoy
literally the
it.
hotels
Hmm.
are on the beach.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't get to enjoy, like they have their own beaches that we don't know about. That's why I
Yeah,
made
but
this
yeah.
video
Uh-huh. Hmm.
that was saying like I don't want to go to another country to eat American food. And even that, like
I play a video,
them
yeah.
sourcing having a source in chicken nuggets on a chicken tenders on an island. I don't want that. Like, and but that's what like really pisses me off about like when people go and travel, like literally they called it Americans paradise, paradise everywhere we went. And I'm just like, no, this is St. Thomas. We don't have to center America in this. Like, we don't have to
Promise.
center the
Promise.
connected United States, or however
Promise.
they could say it. Like, we don't have to
Promise.
do that. Like, it can be its own thing. And no, you're not gonna come here. But because we have um called everything that is not American or Western, what is the word? Primal and
Yeah, yeah.
dirty and
Primitive.
ugly and all the things,
Hmm.
primitive. There we go.
Hmm.
Like, because everything that is not pizza and chicken tenders and all the stuff, we don't respect the culture that we go in, the cultures that we go and engulf ourselves
Man.
in. Like,
Hmm.
if you, why are you going to try? Like, you want America on the beach? That was the premise of the video I made.
Yeah,
You want
yeah, yeah.
America on
You
the
got it
beach?
right. As it,
Go to Florida. Same
and that
ocean. Go
is
to
such
Florida.
a good point. And be straight over there complaining about the and because that's where my vitriol comes from. Like the amount of times I've been out the country, people like complain, sir. Then go home. Then go
Please.
home. Like you, like just extend America. Like bring me over here, but just like extend my experience. Like
Yeah.
even when people get frustrated about language barriers and stuff. You're not at home.
You're at
We
there.
think that we are the center of you're not. You're not. You're
Get your
not.
Google Translate. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to
No, it
tell you.
irritates me to no avail. And to be frank, though, like again, I always point the mirror to myself. That's also why people be really shocked when I say this. I do be out the country a lot, but not because I get invited and I got severe FOMO that I'm trying to grow out of. Not because
Right.
I don't be having to. I like familiarity. I am
Yeah.
a really, really privileged American in a lot of ways. Like I recognize, but that don't stop me from indulging in my privileges and acknowledging that I have a lot of it. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
no, I be liking. Oh, it's a Walmart down the street. Oh, for sure. Oh, I don't be liking. Excuse me, one second. So. That stuff is exhausting to me. It's exhausting. And so I do try and steer clear. And when I don't, yeah, I ingratiate myself in the culture and I make sure to have all the necessary things. I give extra, like I do all the necessary extra
Mm-hmm.
steps to respect and pay homage to the people in the land. But yeah, I'm not going over there to complain. This ain't my stuff.
Right.
Oh girl, America they did a number on us.
Yeah. And the folks, when you go over there, you see that they do the extra mile for us. Like
Yeah.
they've learned English, and English is the hardest
Hmm.
language to learn. And it's
Hmm.
like, could you at least learn a couple of words so you can semi survive for a week? Like you're only there for a week. Like just learn a couple words. Like car.
Bruh, bruh.
Like,
It's so true. I feel so bad for them too, man. I feel, and this is all countries. I just feel so bad for, but especially the poorer
yeah.
ones, the more
Yeah.
Caribbean ones, the more,
Hmm.
South America ones. Because it's just like, yeah, the level of disservice we do to them, and then literally have the audacity to be like judging and mad and when I say judging, I even mean about the ethic. Yes, because
Yeah.
do them countries get ruthless? Go to Colombia and think you talked about passport bros and try and just have sex with some beautiful girl because it's cheaper and all this other stuff. Yeah, them hoes will set you up to get cut up and robbed, and you better hope that you come out alive. There's so many stories like that. Like I watch that kind of stuff all the
Hmm.
time. Yeah, them niggas be getting murked.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'm going to Costco today because no, you don't like you, ugly is ugly and lame is like everywhere across
Yeah.
culture. You think just
Yeah.
because you and another, you ain't just became that guy just because
Right.
she poorer and more desperate. You deserved everything you got.
Right. You don't know what
Anyway.
connection she got. The cartel is real.
Huh? 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 Girl, listen. You deserve everything you get.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
will say, I was determined to swim in the ocean with my ancestors because I was like, is this the Atlantic Ocean or is this or is this the
Oh.
Caribbean Sea? Like, and granted, I've been in Miami, so I've been in Atlantic Ocean, but
Right,
like
right,
it
right,
was
right.
different.
Yeah. Wait,
And the revel
Florida is the Atlantic?
I guess depending on what side.
Oh wow. So I've swum in the Atlantic because I've never been to Miami, but I've done like all the other ones.
Yeah.
So is that the Atlantic?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Well, well. Okay, go ahead.
But like I was sitting on the island and I was like, oh my, for one, we closed out on the island. I mean, we closed out on the beach. So we was like
Mm-hmm.
doing like a meditations, put your feet in the water or whatever. And I didn't get to fully submerged. So the Friday before we left, I was like, I'm determined to get my full body head
Mm-hmm.
in this water. I cannot swim. So the context also. But, um, but when I was first out there, I was just like, literally, when you're seeing the ocean, you can't see anything. It's just water.
Nothing.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, the revelation of just like, Lord, ancestors, people, bring all the things that I cannot even imagine. Because there's so much out here that we don't know that it's like,
Yeah,
bring the resources and all the stuff, right?
absolutely.
So the next day I was like on the beach, kind of imagining the water was my ancestors, right? And I'm just having all these thoughts like bring the things to me, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So on this particular beach, I don't know if it's on every beach, but like when you hit the water hits the sand, it's very powerful right on the beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there was rocks, and then once you get past the rocks, it was just sand again. And the
Mm-hmm.
revelation of just like step out and get past the hard part of like the when you get into your purpose fully, I didn't even feel the waves no more. Like cuz you
Yeah.
was now a part of it. It's like you're fully
Yeah.
engulfed and
Yeah.
like you don't you if you're on the sideline scared and you're like, "Oh my god, I can't. It's pushing me. It's pushing me. It's pushing
Mm-hmm.
me." Get past the rocks. You'll
Mm-hmm.
feel the sand again. Get past the big waves. You'll be a part of the wave now,
Mm-hmm.
and you will just be able to be in the water. Like you'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
be in your purpose, be in the
Mm-hmm.
calling, be in the stuff. And I
Learn by
dipped
doing.
myself. Yeah, I dipped
Mm-hmm.
myself in the water a couple times. Like I was like, I'm with my people. And then I was like, it was literally time to go. And I was like, I was trying to get out the water. And I heard a girl say, "Oh, this wave big." Knocked me flat on my face. Oh, like I was, because I was getting out, and it just
Oh,
like,
out like out to the
whoosh.
beach.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, all
Yeah.
right, y'all, okay, you
Yeah.
playing? Like
Bye.
I'm
Here we go.
coming.
Bye, baby. Bye,
All right,
baby.
I see you. I hear you. Like, okay, Charles, you gotta stop calling me.
I
I'm
love
gonna
that.
do it. But yeah, it was so beautiful. Like I was just like, I'm with my people now, homie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Step.
yeah.
Not you ended it on the word. I'm not kidding. That's a whole word. I don't got nothing to add to that. That's a word. Like that's prophetic. Truly.
I
That's
received so
beautiful.
many revelations just sitting in that water. I was just like, and I was like, because okay, so this what also happened was I had just heard like that your ancestors conspire with other people's ancestors that you're in community with, and I was like, wow, like like they making ways that you wouldn't even realize, right? So then
Hmm.
I'm thinking about like, and I'm like, I was like, I called out the ancestors of Nyla. I called out the ancestors of Frederica,
I got
like,
you. I got you.
um, y'all might not like me, but that's y'all's child. Get it, like, make sure everything's made way for her, like, respectfully.
Namaste. Watch you.
Respectfully. I'm just kidding. Just respectfully. But she got ancestors now that are not connected to me only.
Wow, that's so
And
spiritual,
we
Morgan.
gotta call on
Jesus.
them folk. Like she got
Yeah.
lineage that is like, no, y'all got some responsibility to take care of her and make ways for her.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. What Beyonce saying? Protect her. What she say? She said, girl, why do I always got a song? But I love that though. What she say? Uh, it's a long line of hands carrying your name, lifting you up. Oh God, it's a long line of hands carrying your. Yeah, but give me the words before that though, because I feel like it's needs to get a whole
Okay,
stand.
first, I first saw your face in your
Mm,
father's gaze. There's a long line of hands carrying your name, lifting you up so you'll be raised. Even though I know sometimes you're gonna shine on your own. Even
mm,
this part of Beyonce's song, even though I know you're gonna shine on your own, I'll be your projector. That switch of protector to projector, that I'll
mm-hmm.
now be auntie. That's the act
You
of
right.
auntie-ism.
That is the ethic.
Okay.
Oh, you right. I didn't even. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be your protector so you can develop. That's how, oh my gosh, so you can develop into who you are. And then I will now be your projector. I might go
Even
back
in
to school so I can analyze Beyonce.
no, no, like, and also,
Like,
wait. No, I'm not kidding. Hold on. Real time. And I'm leaving this in because the audience may want to converse about this. We'll have to flesh out. We should, as a podcast, like we should do a project. I'm not even
yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
research per se, but I guess I just mean like I want to do something of public consumption,
yeah,
like like if we start a Patreon and do like just a Beyonce series and do like real life. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I want us
yeah.
to consistently do. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about I want to do like community stuff. I want us to do like once a year something, and also something like that, like a we had this podcast. What's the gen? They did a whole Beyonce. What's it called when you're in school? I forgot, but like seminar. You know what I mean? Like yeah, something like that. Because I think we are so capable of. We'd obviously have to put the legwork and stuff in it, but I think we can produce something like
Yeah,
profound. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
on the
At
lookout.
work, we're about to do, because I was just like, I'm about to probably take this to work, like the auntie-ism. Like
Yeah.
we're about to do a project or a series on being auntie and uncles and how important that is, of that role. And I'm like, I don't, you're sitting on something that's so great. Like
Yeah.
you're
Man.
part, like, and I was just talking to a girl yesterday. She's like, I take my auntie role very serious.
So
Amen, as you
seriously.
should.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
should.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad we just did this episode and said what we said. I can't wait till we try and find a clip of some of what we said because don't play with me. But yeah, we don't gotta rehash it. But yes, auntie is important. Stop trying to not be an auntie. Stop it. It's over.
yeah,
But yeah, last thing, she said too, and bigger because only just because you mentioned it. Um, if you feel insignificant, you better think again. Better wake up because you're a part of something way bigger. You'll never lose. We are winners. I am the roots. You be the tree. Pass on the fruit that will. You are the roots. I am whatever. Pass on the fruit that was given to me. Legacy. You're part of something way bigger, not just a speck in the universe, not just some words in the Bible verse. You are the living word. You're about, oh, that's my
And she's
girl.
demonic. And she's demonic.
Huh? Huh?
They gonna call it demonic real good, real fast.
Don't call us demonic.
Right.
Whatever.
We actually should think about a community project soon because I think that would
Yes,
like,
yes,
um,
absolutely.
people can, even if you just tagging us in, I donated X, Y, and Z to X, Y, and Z place. Like we pick a, um, cause or something, and I
Hmm.
donated my coat or whatever. I think that
Yeah,
would be cool.
yeah. Yeah, we can come up with like a and then like we can do it, but also a way to make the audience involved. Yeah, like yeah, let's have a meeting. Actually, we can have another meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, guys, this was fun.
That's great.
This was a great time. We say that every episode, but it really was. And you know what? People are seeing it. It's like it's doing what it needs to do. So, anything else?
No, I'm about to go call my dad and finish fixing my car.
Period.
Girl, I
Okay.
just got my car fixed and it's
Did you?
back doing stupid stuff.
Do you the truck, right? You still have the truck?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Desmond's like, you in these cars. I said, we both sit in the car. You clearly see I didn't do nothing. Like, I didn't do it.
And love. No,
Like,
it's an archetype. They just love a woman, a car messed up. Okay, yep, connect it. It's
right.
like,
And no. And I'm about to fix it. I'm about to figure it out.
period.
Like,
Right.
I was like, it might be a thermostat. I was looking at the YouTube. I said, I could do
Morgan, Morgan.
that.
You know what, Michelle? Morgan,
I'm so tired
I
of paying
tell
to get
them
my
all the
car
time.
fixed.
This guys, just so you get to know us, this is one of the reasons I fell in love. It was Celine Dion, and Morgan was just such a can-do girl. She like, but
I can do that.
all you gotta do, move. All you gotta do is.
I'm gonna
But it
figure it
ain't even
out.
that you gave. It ain't like said that. What I'm saying is, I would watch you. I can't even recall, but that was the essence that I always got from you, and it reminded me so much, one of myself, but also my mom, and that's why I'm so much like that. So I just valued that so much. Like you were such a DIY,
I
like,
know.
oh, I used to just be like, ooh,
Yeah, when you ain't got no money, and I
huh,
learned this from my mother, when you don't have no money, you
huh,
figure that ish out.
huh,
Like, you figure it
girl,
out.
especially when you got the money and your man ain't. Mm-mm. My mama
Mm-mm,
used to be
mm-mm.
so many times that she would, am I whatever. And we thinking like, oh, what we gonna do? It? My mama outside underneath the car, like dead underneath cars, building stuff at Home Depot, coming home from Home Depot, pulling huge slabs of stuff out the truck. I used to be like, girl, what are you? Huh? Shima, grab that.
Got oil on the forehead. Like, what?
She go, grab. She go, oh dang, I wish I. Girl, I need a screw. Hold this. Hold. I'd be like, I'm not. I don't. What are we finna do?
I can do that. Like,
My mama can
yeah,
fix. My mama can fix.
period.
I
Period.
really mean that too, actually. Like I really mean that.
Yeah,
Anyway, mm,
yeah,
what a good way.
yeah.
Okay, love you guys.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Okay.